Hi, and welcome to the Lillian McMorris Show. I'm Lillian McMorris, and we're so happy that you have joined us. I have such an interesting guest today. I can't wait to get started to talk to him. His career stems from the military, which is the Navy, his music, reality show. I mean, just all over the place. But you know what? Oops, I forgot the football part, too. He played for the Chargers. So I would like to introduce B.Taylor. Welcome, B.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, how you doing?
Hi. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
I
for having
appreciate you being here.
Thank you for
And I
having
think
me,
first and foremost, I want to thank you for being community-minded.
Thank you.
Because with all the things that you do,
Yes.
you've never forgotten your community.
Right.
And I
Right.
think I'd like to talk about that first, is you
Yes.
giving back to the community, because being a part of the Navy, as I mentioned,
Yes.
and then you made a choice, okay, I want to pursue my musical career,
Right. Right.
but within doing so, you never forgot
Right.
the service and people who've given back. So tell us a little bit about your involvement with philanthropy and the Wounded Warriors Project, as well as the Douglas J. Green Foundation.
Yes. I've always been in community. I think growing up, your parents, having great parents, my dad and mom, taught us about always giving back and helping others when you've been blessed and successful. So, a few years ago, I started out with Victory Baptist Church here in Las Vegas and Safe Nest and Lead, because I like animals.
Right.
I started helping and donating. And then last year I did the free phone project. I don't know if you saw it. We gave out over 500 phones at the MGM Culinary School last year for the free phone Obama project.
Okay.
So that was great. And then this year, December 14th on Saturday, I'm going to be hosting with the Wounded Warriors and with the Douglas J. Green Foundation, supporting our troops. Getting care
Now,
of
what do
them.
you need people to do? Because I know we're supposed to go down. I get a kick out of this name. It's Strip and Dip. So use your imagination on that one. Strip and Dip Restaurant. It's a restaurant, guys.
Right.
There's no stripping and dipping. I mean, maybe some dipping, but Strip and Dip at 873 South Rainbow.
Yeah.
What are the times, and what do you want us as a community to do?
11 a.m. to 7 to come out. Everybody come out, grab food. They're going to be registering for prizes. I'm hosting it with a stylist and interior designer from Utah named Hillary Stark. Great person.
Okay.
So we're gonna have different prizes and come out, and everybody that eats and money that I spent, the owner of Strip and Dip, we're going to take part of we're going to take part of the proceeds and donate it, split it up and donate.
I guess we need to tell people exactly what Strip and Dip is, so people say, I'm not going there, it's a strip club.
It's a chicken.
No.
It's very good in the area located on Rainbow, but next to Home Depot. It's always busy.
Right.
When,
but we talk about strip, we're speaking of chicken strips.
Chicken strips, right. Yeah, chicken strips. Yeah, Mom, Dad, chicken strips.
Mom and Dad, chicken strips. And dipping means dipping in various sauces that they offer.
Yes,
that's
they
right.
offer
There you go.
yes,
but we want to make sure we get that
Yes.
out. That's December the 14th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come on out. Enjoy the camaraderie, giving back to our community, and that's what it's all
Yes,
about.
ma'am.
And that's to help the Wounded Warrior Project as well as the Douglas J. Green Foundation.
Yes,
now, let's talk a little bit about you personally, not only your involvement in the community, but then after you left the service, you said, okay, I'm going to go play football.
Yeah.
And then still made a decision to continue your music. But what I like about you, and I'm going to read something that I read, is that the Stevie Wonder of hip hop due to your extraordinary musicianship.
Yes, that was just, I never expected that. It was discovered by Pete Moore, Smoking the Miracles, and pulled me into all the Motown legends.
And see, being embraced by Motown and being a hip hop artist, that speaks volumes for you.
Yes, it was an honor. I learned so much from these legends. They're the building blocks for all of us artists and young people, and everyone. And so when they took me in and said, you remind us of Stevie, Pete Moore said when him, Ronnie, Smokey, they brought Stevie to Motown to Barry. It was just an honor coming from the premier group or first group of Motown.
Wow.
So there's only one Stevie, but, I'm glad I grew up in church playing, the organ, drums, keyboard, because it paid off and it kind of separates me from all the other different artists. So just to have that title it's just a blessing, and you know, I'm upholding it the best I can. So.
Wonderful. What do you have coming out? What's your new project?
New project. So I got new music coming, but I got a big TV reality.
I know we're going to get to that. Let's talk about the music.
Oh, well.
Your music project.
You're right. I got a new record
See?
coming out. You know, we're going to push at the beginning. It's between a couple singles. One named Fiesta or Down, but Fiesta, that's the one everyone's going with. It's a feel-good song. Get ready for. We did a trial and error video to see how it was. So now we're going to take it on a big level and do this. This is my next single coming off of where I was fortunate with Polly Perrette from NCIS. That was my last single.
Then that's what I heard. And see, when your dad told me Polly Perrette, and I'm going, I'm an NCIS fan. I mean, legitimate fan, you know. I love Abby. Yeah. And he says, well, you know, she sings. And I said, no, I didn't.
Right. Nobody knew. We went #1, and she's been great, and the whole cast, NCIS, and it really propelled my career. So now coming off of that, it's just been great.
Now coming off of that, now we can go to the reality show. Yeah. See, I got my way of doing it. I got you. Let's talk about that project, because you seem so excited about that.
Yeah, you know, I've had this crazy story, so it's just so much as I've been going and doing interviews and doing carpets and Grammys, different things. I have so much to me. And, you know, I never wanted to be a TV reality. That's never, I didn't want to do that.
I start thinking of all these list of reality shows that you go X,
especially
X,
my producers being from Jersey Shores and For the Love of Radio.
Right.
You know, I was like, you know, but I just have so much that they said we never had anything like this for reality. You're going to be impactful because you got Motown here, you got the military, you got the president.
Now, speaking of the military, how on earth did you get a reality show and okayed and embraced, and you can go through the Pentagon?
Man, when I got out, I just had great people, leadership in there. And one thing is when I met the Secretary of the Navy and took him on tour in our CNO, they just was so impressed with what I was doing, and they said, we're going to help you. And you just remember, if we allow you to pursue sports and music, you remember to always take care of the Navy. So I stayed in contact. I've always put them in my videos, always in the charity. And, you know, from Commander Anderson, who was over at Nave West, to the Pentagon, our new CNO and new top spokesperson, Admiral Kirby and Admiral Greener. They just,
you know, he just cavalierly says, I met the Secretary of the Navy.
No, they just all been so well, and the Navy got me to President Obama. So when him and Mrs. Obama found out, they just really accepted me, and I just been with them.
So are we doing pilots now with them?
But I'm doing actually 4 episodes. I shot the full episode. We shot at Great Lakes Boot Camp. It opened in 1911, and I'm the first to ever. I went through boot camp to shoot that.
To let you on the boot camp.
So we're going to be doing the aircraft carrier, which I did that. And like I said, Akon, Sky Live is co-producer.
Okay.
So I have some.
And he's also in the episodes, is he not?
He's going to be in one of the episodes, and Ray J, of course, and Keith Sweat. So, you know, I got quite a bit of just, they wanted to tell a story that's going to be impactful, instead of to show to our youth that you can do positive things in our communities that need to see these things, because they look up to every basketball player, recording artist, actor.
Well, just don't forget us little people here in Las Vegas, you know?
No, I'm here. I'm here. You know, I'm glad I'm here. It's just getting that community to show these, you know,
and see, and that's another angle too, is people always think of quote unquote Sin City.
Yeah.
But see, you know the roots, as you said, you mentioned earlier, Victory Baptist Church. Yes. Your family is here. I mean, people like us who've been involved in the community and giving back and talking to people and making changes happen.
Changes, yes, and that's what my impact was, you know, to help our youth.
Well, I just wanted to give you some FaceTime, because I think it's just fabulous to meet a young man who's doing something positive. And first and foremost, not only giving back to our community, but helping with the Wounded Warriors Project and helping with the Douglas J. Green Foundation, of which, you know what, I didn't ask you. Let's give Mrs. Green her props.
Yes, her son was an Army specialist. He died a couple years ago in August on his second tour in Iraq. And she started this charity, and it's just a great thing. They send care packages to the troops every month. So I think a lot of people forget with these troops, because I was one that served during wars. You leave your families, you know, you miss your parents. A lot of guys don't know if they're coming back. You have, you know, PSTD. You just, you know, you can lose your limbs. It's just a lot goes on. And they're able to protect this country so that we can do the things that we do. So my thing when I got out was like, I'm going to help that, because you leave your children, you leave your family, and I want to help the kids and all the troops, and I'm just big on that. And they've, rewarded me by making me the face, so I'm going to continue until I stop
Yeah, we
breathing.
didn't talk about that, too, being the face of the Navy.
The Navy and the U.S. military. So I'm the face, and I never thought I'd get all these titles. I told my parents these titles, but they told me, they said they want me to be an ambassador and just represent the military well. So
that's fabulous. So how do you feel about all of these blessings that you've received?
Just my parents. I think I feel your parents are where you come from, and if they do the right things and try to do the right things, God sends those blessings to my mom and dad. So I do that for my parents and my family, and I have 2 daughters. So I really try to work hard, and I'm just blessed to have the parents that I've had. I know I'm receiving all these blessings because of them, and so I just want to be a light to all our young black men and youth, just kids as a general, white, black, but really our black men.
What do you tell our young people? Because it's so unfortunate that our young people tend to be negative, rambunctious, wanting to make decisions that they don't feel there's going to be any consequences for. What do you say? Well,
Lillian, I've spoken to over the last 16, 18 months to over 100,000 kids, because I have my PR ad where I visit schools, from grade schools to college, around my music schedule in that city. And the thing is, I tell them, you can always be positive. Negative, you do something wrong. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes. Nobody's perfect.
Correct.
But you do something wrong, there's an outcome. You get into drugs, you go to jail, you're dead. There's when you do positive and surround yourself with positive people, you just move up the ladder, the building blocks. So
it comes back to you positive.
It comes back to you positive. So I try to tell them, nobody that's talking to you is perfect. Don't let anybody fool you. But what you do is...
I tell parents that all the time. I dislike the hypocriticalness that a lot of parents do. I've never done that. Oh, really?
Really. Yeah, and I tell them, I'm like, hey, man, we all make mistakes, but just be positive, keep God first, have faith, and always, no matter what you want to be. If you want to be that top manager at Starbucks, you be that. Right. If you want to be that doctor, you want to be bigger than B.Taylor, you do whatever that you want to do, but do it in a positive way and get all the knowledge you can about that. So.
Okay. This is B.Taylor we've been talking to, a member of our community right here in Southern Nevada. And we're so proud to see a young man do such positive things, not only in the military, he was in the Navy, moved from there to play in the NFL with the Chargers, impounded his music, but it's positive music, so positive that being a hip-hop artist was embraced by Motown and the Motown legends, and giving back to not only our community, but worldwide through the Wounded Warriors Project, as well as the Douglas J. Green Foundation. And that is, he was an Army specialist, and his mother started this foundation to send packages to the troops. Now, you can be a part and help out, and that is on December the 14th. And you can go to Strip and Dip. I get a kick out of that.
I know, right?
Strip and Dip restaurant. It's actually chicken strips, and you get various kind of dips. So go there between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. on December the 14th. And the proceeds from the owner is going to make sure that they're divided between the 2 groups, Wounded Warrior Project and the Douglas J. Green Foundation. So this would be your way. Plus, we got raffle prizes. You get to meet B.Taylor.
The grand prize winner gets their home styled, a room styled. I don't know what the package is, $200-$300 styled for Hillary Stark gets to style their room.
Oh my goodness! And Hillary Stark will be here from Utah. Yeah, she's going to be co-hosting with you. Yeah. So we've got raffle prizes. We've got all kinds of stuff that's going on. So come by, have a good meal, have some fun, and give back to our community. This is B.Taylor, and we're so happy to have you. Thank you so much. For more information, you can give them a call at 702-727-4658. That's 702-727-4658. And I want everybody to really take a look at this young man and find out a little more about him, because you're going to hear his name. Now, that reality show, it's going to kick. It's going to kick. And we're going to be able to look back and say, you know what? That's a young man from our community. So we want to say thank you.
Thank you, Lillian.
Thank you so much. I'm Lillian McMorris, and hopefully you've enjoyed learning about a young man that's very positive and growing and giving back not only to our community, but nationally. actually internationally, with all the packages that are going to the troops. So you can see this not only on Facebook, but also LillianMcMorrisShow.com. So make sure you tune in, watch for this episode and many others. I'm Lillian McMorris, and we'll talk to you next time.
Uh-huh.